The new results are very encouraging. What it shows is that the vaccine both is very well tolerated, exactly as we'd expect with this type of vaccine, very similar safety profile to previous vaccines of this type. And perhaps really importantly, we're seeing exactly the right type of immune responses, which we were hoping to see, both neutralizing antibodies and a type of white blood cell, T cell, which we think will be important in protection. But of course, at this stage, we haven't got the readout of protection because that's going to take a bit longer to get. Well, I think this is a really important step on the way because it does show that we're making exactly the right sort of immune responses. But we still have to get one further step forward, which is to prove that the vaccine actually protects people, because at the moment we don't know what level of immune response we need for protection. Well, what we've got here are the results from the early phase trials, phase 1 or early phase 2 trials, which show us about the immune response that's being made by the vaccine, which is the sort of immune response we hope will be associated with protection. And I say that because we know from animal studies with a number of the different vaccines that the level of neutralizing antibody that we're measuring here is critical for protection. We just don't know what level we need in humans yet. And the encouraging thing is at least we're making those sorts of responses. Well, I'm a scientist, so I can't take a guess, and I wish I could predict the future, but it depends entirely on what happens now post-lockdown. If we see a lot more cases in the months ahead, it's absolutely possible here in the UK that we could demonstrate whether the vaccine works within months. But of course, if that doesn't happen, it could take much longer. We are actually running trials internationally in many different sites around the world. That's really important because a successful vaccine needs to work in all populations. But it also means that we've got many more people around the world vaccinated and increases our chance of getting an endpoint of protection, which will tell us whether the vaccine could be used.